Hello there, my fellow myth and fantasy nerds. My name is Tanner, and I'd like to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. Apologies if you hear any noises in the background. I currently have a heater running in my room, as it is currently in the 30s outside, and my room is not connected to the rest of the house's heating system, so I have to make do with what I have. Now that we're up to speed, for today's video, I wanted to introduce you all to the rest of the new D&D characters that I've created. Specifically, I will be introducing you to my Harengon characters. But Tanner, what in the world are Harengon? Well, I'm glad you asked. In the world of D&D, Harengon are a race of beast folk, similar to Loxodon, Tabaxi, and Turtles, that are native to the Feywild. However, unlike the elephant-like Loxodon, the feline Tabaxi, and the tortoise-like Turtles, Harengon are a race of humanoid rabbits. Now, while they were living in the Feywild, Harengon were seen as representing the spirit of freedom and travel, and they were blessed with a small amount of Fey luck, which they keep to this day. They usually find themselves a lucky hop away from any danger while they're out adventuring. So as always, make sure you leave a like on this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe down below. Pretty please! It'll help me make more content for you. And without further ado, allow me to introduce to you the first D&D Harengon character that I've created. Dimnuk. Thank you very much, Tanner. Good day to you. My name is Dimnuk Dawnflower-Harengon Bard Extraordinaire. But please, just call me Dimnuk. All my friends do. Now, I'm sure you wish to hear my backstory. And oh, what a story it is. Picture it. A small Harengon community hidden deep within the Feywild. The home plane of all Fey creatures, and a place of awe-inspiring beauty. Growing up, I used to love playing with the other young Harengon in my community, and I loved things like gardening and learning my instrument. Soon, when I reached adulthood, I was summoned to the Summer Court, where Titania, the Summer Queen herself, gave me an assignment. Travel to the material plane, explore the sights, and report back to her with the findings. I gladly accepted, and traveled through a portal to the material plane. I have been exploring this world ever since. Now, Tanner's plan, when he plays me to the correct level, is for us to specialize as a College of Eloquence Bard, allowing me to become a master of oratory and persuasion. My best scores are, of course, my charisma as a bard, and my dexterity as a Harengon, both of which are at 17, whereas my worst score is once again my strength at 9. As for my alignment, I personally lean towards chaotic good. As with the fairy characters you met in the last video, I am essentially a being from a naturally free-spirited plane, with what I would hope is a heart of gold. Anyway, it was a pleasure to make your acquaintance, of course, but I do believe it's time for you to meet this next character. Balceran? Thank you, Dimnuk, and salutations to you. My name is Balceran Youngblossom, and as with Dimnuk, I am also a Harengon. However, unlike him, I am not a bard, but instead a warlock. Now my story is pretty much the same as Dimnuk. However, when I reached adulthood, I had a vision while I slept. In it, I was visited by Harengon, the spring equinox bunny, who then offered me a deal. He would grant me a piece of his power, becoming my warlock patron, and in exchange he wanted me to travel to the material plane and act as a beacon of hope in that world. I gladly accepted, making a warlock pact with him, and traveled to a portal to the material plane. I've been exploring this world ever since. Now, as for my ability scores, my highest score as a warlock is my charisma at 14, whereas my worst score is once again my strength at 8. As for my patron, Tana decided to flavor him as an archfey. When we made our pact, Harengon gave me a spellcasting focus in the form of a multicolored egg-shaped crystal on a pendant. When Tana plays me to the correct level, he plans for us to take Pact of the Tome, where my patron will grant me a Book of Shadows, which will contain 3 new cantrips for me to use in battle. Also, as with Dimnuk, my alignment is chaotic good. Anyway, it was a pleasure to meet you. However, I'm afraid it is time for you to meet the next character. Hey, Morran! What is it, Balceran? Oh ho ho, I see. Greetings to you. My name is Morran Flatrun, and as with the others in this video, I am also a Harengon. However, I am neither a bard nor a warlock. Instead, I am a sorcerer, specifically a clockwork soul sorcerer. Now my backstory is pretty much the same as the other Harengon. What with me being born in the Feywild and living there until Queen Titania sent me to the material plane to study it and report to her. As for my alignment, due to the chaotic bent of my Fey heritage cancelling out the lawful bent of my clockwork soul origin, I am not chaotic good like the others, but rather neutral good. In my case, my highest score, once again, is my charisma as a sorcerer, at 15, and my worst score, yet again, is my strength, this time at 6. At any rate, I was very happy to meet you, but I really should introduce you to the next character, as I am running late for something. Zovat? Yes, Morran? Huh! My apologies. I'm easily startled. My name is Zovat. Zovat Emberfire, and I'm a Harengon Druid. Now, I share a background with the other Druid characters that Tana has made so far, right down to the White Dragon destroying my village. Now, Tanner's plan, once he plays as me, is to specialize as a Circle of Wildfire Druid once I reach the appropriate level. As for my ability scores, my highest score, being a Druid, is my Wisdom at 16, and my worst score still is my Strength at 10. And as for my alignment, like with most of the other Harengon, I am chaotic good. Anyway, it was nice to meet you, but I find communing with nature to be calming, so I think I'll go to that. Zizzak, do you mind taking over from here? Of course, Zovat, I'll take it over from here. Greetings, my name is Zizzak Autumnblossom, and as with the others in this video, I am also a Harengon. However, in my case, I am a Harengon wizard. Now, I have a similar backstory to most of the other Harengon in this video. Born in the Feywild, Queen Titania giving me an assignment to explore the material plane, you got the idea. Now, like with most of the others, I am chaotic good, and Tana's intent when he plays as me is to once again specialize as an Order of Scribes wizard once I reach the appropriate level. As for my ability scores, my best score is my intelligence as a wizard at 15, whereas once again, my worst score is my strength. Though, since that's at 11, it's not the worst by a very wide margin of error. Anywho, it was a pleasure to meet you, but this next character is getting rather impatient to introduce himself, so I suppose I better let you meet him. Ivlu? Finally! Took you long enough, Zizzak! Hello, the name is Ivlu. Ivlu Swiftsplitter-Harengon Barbarian. My backstory is pretty much the same as most of the other Harengon you met. You know, born in the Feywild, lived in a Harengon community, Queen Titania wanted me to explore the material plane, etc., 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 etc. Now, once again, since Tanner has not played me yet, I do not have a character level at this time. However, the plan is when he eventually does play me, I will take the Barbarian path of wild magic as soon as I get to the correct level. Also, like most of the other Harengon you've met, I am chaotic good. And my best ability scores are my constitution, my strength, and my intelligence, all of which are at 14. My worst score, on the other hand, is once again my wisdom at 11. So I'm not good at the common sense thing. What of it? Anyway, it was a pleasure, of course, but Tanner really should wrap this video up. Tanner? Okay, Blue. Sheesh. So aggressive for something so fuzzy. Don't look at me like that. You know it's true. Anyway, and there we have it. That was the D&D Harengon characters that I've created but have not played yet. If you liked this video and you want more, please consider leaving a like and subscribing down below so you don't miss any new content from me. Also, if you have any other ideas for any future videos you want to see, please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Who knows? It might just happen. Alright, well, that's all the time I have for this video, so I'll see you all next week with some brand new content. See you guys then.